Here's your weather video for this Sunday, May the 9th. It's Mother's Day. Happy Mom's Day to all the moms out there. We do have a severe weather threat later today and tonight across Alabama, so let's get into the details. Here's the upper pattern across North America, showing low pressure dominating from the northern Rockies through the Great Lakes into the northeast. A little bit of ridging over Alabama in the southeast is beginning to erode this morning, and we're seeing with that high pressure to the east of us, low pressure over Missouri this morning. We got a gradient wind developing across the southeast. Winds will be picking up out of the south and southwest, some 15 to 20 miles an hour, gusting occasionally to 25 across central Alabama, to 30 to 35 miles an hour across north Alabama. And National Weather Service offices, as you can see there, through the Ohio Valley, Tennessee River valleys, have issued wind advisories for today and tonight. The southeastern look at the Storm Prediction Center severe weather outlook shows an enhanced severe weather threat. That's level 3 of 5 over areas to the west of Alabama, northern Louisiana, northeastern Texas, southeastern Arkansas, northern Mississippi, western Tennessee. Two main threats at play there. I'll leave this map up for a second, but tell you we're looking at an enhanced hail threat in that enhanced area, as well as a 30% risk of damaging winds. Tornado risk is relatively small with this system. They can't be ruled out, especially today for northern Louisiana, southeastern Arkansas, and northwestern Mississippi and Tennessee, but that threat is only about 5%. Here you can see the risk chances tornado threat, that 5% area from Memphis back into northeastern Texas. The damaging wind potential, about a 30% chance that if you're at any point within that area, that a damaging wind event could occur within 25 miles. So that's about where the more significant severe weather is expected. And hail could be pretty substantial, and that's because, as you're going to see in a minute, the instability values are going to be real high. From northeast Texas across northern Louisiana, especially into Arkansas. In that hatched area there, some very large hail could occur. But going back to what's going to affect Alabama, we'll see in a minute these storms will come into the state mid to late afternoon, and with a weakening low-level jet, they still could have some severe characteristics as they get into our northwestern counties. You see the slight risk here over northwest Alabama, roughly from northern Pickens County through Fayette County and Walker into Coleman and on up to the Huntsville area. That's been shifted a little bit southeast from where the day 2 was, with a couple of counties, rows of counties to the southeast in the marginal risk, including Tuscaloosa, Birmingham, and Gadsden, almost reaching Anniston there, right into the Anniston area. These storms will be weakening as they get in here later tonight. All right, let's go with the HRRR. I'm going to give you two graphics here in one. This is looking today at about 1 o'clock. Showers and thunderstorms across eastern Kentucky, western Tennessee, into northern Mississippi. Won't have much to work with in the way of instability. This is Cape. That number you hear us talking about, those instability values going to be working somewhere around 3 to 600 into the northwestern corner of Alabama. At this time, we don't expect those storms to be severe. As we move forward in time, about 4 hours, this is around 5 o'clock this afternoon, showers and thunderstorms beginning to pick up. You see there, northeast Texas, northern Louisiana, southeastern Arkansas, western Tennessee, and they'll have some fairly substantial Cape to work with. Look here. Cape values well over 2,500, approaching 3,500. Some values probably close to 4,000 joules per kilogram over parts of Louisiana and Arkansas. Those storms will rapidly become severe. Here in Alabama, decent Cape, 750 to 1,250 joules over northwestern Alabama. You see, we don't have really a lot of thunderstorm activity at that time, so we'll be watching that closely. This is the significant tornado parameter at that time, about 5 o'clock. You see some pockets of fairly substantial values there. Anything above 2 gets our attention, and we start getting into 3s, 4s, and 5s, then you really have the potential. So I think you'll see a couple of tornadoes today around that 4 to 5 o'clock time frame, developing perhaps from the Monroe, Ruston area, northern Louisiana, southeastern Arkansas, northwestern Mississippi, and western Tennessee. Don't be surprised if we see a flare-up of tornado warnings through those areas during that time. That's something we'll be keeping a close eye on, but I think it stays out of northwest Alabama. Can't rule out a tornado threat for the Shoals area up there, Muscle Shoals, Florence, just going to be at Sheffield, but I don't think it's going to be very substantial. Moving through time to 9 o'clock tonight, instability values are beginning to wane. That low-level jet is weakening. The thunderstorms into northwest Alabama. So fortunately, the storms and the most significant instability are not going to really overlap. But we'll probably have some severe thunderstorms going on at this point, producing damaging winds and hail across northwestern Alabama. That's running in there around 9 o'clock tonight. And then as we move forward, looking at the significant tornado parameter at that same time, you see those values really coming down. But if we move forward to midnight, you see those thunderstorms are down into the I-20 and south of that corridor. Another way of trying to move in from Mississippi, you can see the instability values are starting to really drop at that point, and the instability and severe weather threat goes hand in hand. Here's 5 a.m. tomorrow. The storms are in the I-85 corridor. South of Birmingham. By that point, the rain should be ending. And by 9 o'clock tomorrow, they're down in the Wiregrass area around Dothan and should be out of our hair. Now, the SPC does have parts of South Alabama outlooked for a severe weather threat early tomorrow, but I don't think that's going to be very substantial. Now we'll go through time. So let's talk about Monday first. We wake up to mostly cloudy skies, the rain generally ending south of Birmingham. We'll still have fairly gusty winds hitting 20-25 miles an hour at times, maybe a few lingering showers. But the rest of the day should be fairly dry. High temperatures tomorrow will be limited to the middle 70s. As opposed to today's middle 80s. It's going to be quite warm today. Humidity levels coming up, and those dew points in the 60s will make it feel quite humid. Things will begin to change, though, early tomorrow. Now, Tuesday, things don't really change. We keep a fairly active flow across Alabama. We don't really sweep anything out of here, even though the cold front gets down to the Gulf Coast. We'll see showers and thunderstorms developing again as disturbances move across, and we could see more showers and storms on Tuesday. High temperatures will be limited to the lower 70s. Now, Wednesday, I don't think we'll even get out of the 60s. Fairly good chances of rain and thunderstorms. This is noon on Wednesday, and the GFS showing some fairly heavy rain moving out of Mississippi and toward Alabama. Any of these events are probably going to carry somewhere between a half and 1 inch of rain, starting with the one today. So by the end of the week, we could see 2 to 3, 4 inch rainfall amounts across parts of Alabama. And in light of what we had last week with a really heavy rain event in the Birmingham area, we don't need any more of that. This is noon on Thursday. The system is finally moving out of here. High pressure over the Great Lakes is beginning to flex its muscles and give us better weather. Could have a few lingering showers on Thursday, but mostly clearing skies. Cool, though. Again, temperatures don't get out of the 60s. This is Friday. Looks like mainly sunny and less humid. High temperatures topping out in the middle 70s. And as we move towards Saturday, should be a gorgeous day. Sunny and warm, high temperatures near 80 degrees. Start to get a little hot by the following day, Sunday, highs probably in the middle 80s. Go out in Voodoo Land. This is the 18th of May. That's a Tuesday. Look at that, east of Florida. We might see our first subtropical storm of the year. Haven't even paid attention to what the name is yet, but that has sort of a look of that. You see a cold front approaching Alabama with a chance for showers and thunderstorms on the 18th. As we got toward the end of the period on Sunday the 23rd, looks like another round of showers and thunderstorms for Alabama as we get into that weekend. Here are the temperatures off the National Blend of Models, showing a very warm day today, high temperatures in the middle 80s, back in the 70s for the next couple of days, and then having trouble getting out of the 60s Wednesday and Thursday. Then we slowly make the climb back toward the 80s that week of the really the 16th through the 20th. Looks like a very typical May weather period for Alabama. Well, happy Mother's Day again. I'll have notes on the blog, frequent updates throughout the day on the severe weather threat, and of course we'll be in the thick of it tonight, generally between 4 and 11 p.m. The main threats, damaging wind and hail with an outside chance of a tornado, maybe to the west of Alabama, perhaps into the Shoals counties, but I don't think we really have much to worry about that. But as we always say, when it comes to thunderstorms in Alabama, especially in the spring, We always expect the unexpected. Well, until next week when I get to do this video with you again, as I always tell you, keep an eye to the sky because you'll always have something fun to look at.